Hey guys, welcome back to another Chinese Zodiac video. This morning we are going to be looking at the predictions for those born in the year of the dog. So just like I've done in previous videos, I'm just going to go over what I use. So these are the Chinese Oracle cards that I use here, and I only use these for these videos. So this is what I'm going to be using for the predictions and for the readings. This here is the Chinese horoscope book by Theodora and Laura, which I use for reference, and I recommend it to anybody that's interested in the Chinese Zodiac. That's not an official promotion, but it is something that really has helped me in the studying and learning of the Chinese Zodiac. So, right, I'm getting used to this a little bit now. So, I'm going to draw 3 cards from this deck here. And as you can see, there are 24 cards, black, white, and they are negative and positive. There is a black rat, a white rat, a black dragon, a white dragon. You kind of get the idea. And I'm just going to shuffle them. And we're basically going to pick 3 cards out. And those cards are going to be past, present, future for the weeks. Previous week, present, and the future week for anybody born in the year of the dog. So I'm just going to shuffle these up. Got my eyes closed, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. It's like puts me in a temporary state of vulnerability, so I need to be concentrating. Right, we'll stop it there. We're going to take that one from the bottom for the past week. We're going to take this one for the present, and we're going to take this one for the future week. What have we got? We've got a black, white, black. Interesting. Right, let's see. So, as I've said before, the black means negative, the white means positive, but it's not all doom and gloom, and this isn't all hooray and rainbows. It just means could be better, could be worse. That's kind of how it works. But firstly, we're going to check out what your week's been like. So it's been a pretty busy week for you this week. You may have potentially found that you've overdone it a little bit. You've exhausted yourself and you've been kept very busy and on your toes, maybe at work a little bit. It's been rather stressful, and you've had to really keep up with things to keep things going and to get stuff done. You may have found things quite challenging as well in whatever it was that you were doing or have been doing. It may have been quite a challenge, as I say, a bit of a handful. I mean, you got it done for the best part. I just feel that it's taking it out of you a little bit, and it was a little bit more than you actually expected it to be. I think maybe you were guided by different priorities this week. So things that you usually do in your routine, you've had to sort of divert away from and taking your attention elsewhere, and that's kind of been a little bit of an annoyance. That's been a little bit of an inconvenience. And inconveniences, they don't really serve you well as a dog person. Not really. Inconveniences get in the way, and you've had to do things and put extra effort in to clear blocked passages and pathways. I feel potentially somebody's upset you somewhere along the line, maybe criticized you a little bit too much, or maybe not criticized you, but they've done similar things to you in a more sort of showy off way, and you don't like this. You don't like the fact that they're all sort of show off and look at me, egotistically looking for attention, while you're sitting around doing exactly the same thing, maybe at work, doing the exact same job, and you're getting it done, maybe even more efficiently. You're just not looking for praise, and that's kind of irked you a little bit, maybe. I feel that getting the stuff done and how you've responded and reacted to things this week, although it has been a bit of a pain and it's irked you a little bit, or someone's involved, it's upset you a little bit along the way, and you've been sort of pulled off your regular routine, and you've now got to, or you have had to kind of do extra effort in areas you wouldn't necessarily have to. I do feel that you've handled it well, because you've moved into the present moment, into the card of the sheep. So potentially now you are feeling like you deserve a reward. You feel like you deserve a break. You feel it's potentially time now that you did something for you. And I think your saving grace here will be your goodwill. And I think it will be your sort of more pleasant nature and the way you look out for everybody and the way that you are sort of there for other people. I think they're going to be there for you this week. And they're going to look out for you. I think they're going to see how stressed you've been and how much you've had to do and what you've had to cope with, etc., etc. However, the people around you right now, I think they're going to make you feel quite supported. And I think although you've had to work at a different speed, I think all right now currently you feel like you're working at a completely different speed that you're not used to. You're handling it well. You're handling it well. Although, you know, you'd rather it be a little bit more slow paced so you can take your time, maybe add that finer detail. It's not vital at this moment, so you can get away with kind of just not cutting corners, but just not being so anal with it. I think that you're in a pretty good place as well because you feel you've got everything you needed to get done. So you're not realistically caring what anybody else thinks right now. You couldn't care less what people think right now because you got everything you needed to get done. And although it took its toll, although there were unexpected challenges, you did it. So right now, nobody can take that win away from you. And the people around you are supporting you and they're there for you. So you're feeling quite good about stuff right now and you're in a good place. I think this is going to make you feel quite pressured into maybe trying to please everybody. And that's not something that you're going to do, not as a dog person. You're going to do what's right and you're going to do what feels right. So even though there are people around you and everybody's kind of supporting you, you're going to feel obliged to kind of like maybe, oh, I need to kind of keep them happy too. But don't because as you've already established, you've deserved this. They're supportive of you not because you need it and they pity you, but because you've done well and it's an achievement. But going into next week, as we move on, we've got this negative card looming over you, and it is that snake guard there waiting in the grass, and it is a negative snake as well, and the snake is a karmic sign, so it's the negative yin of the yin and yang, which is obviously the negative of the dragon, who is the positive sign of all of that. So that's some sort of negative karmic energy coming into next week now. And I think that you're going to find yourself in a confrontation that you're not going to be able to avoid. And this is not going to go well for either party. I think there's going to be a confrontation incoming. You're not going to be able to move fast enough out of the way. And it may be because you've taken a moment to relax and do a moment for, you. And now you're getting called up. You're getting called up potentially as being selfish, as, not being thoughtful or considerate of others. And maybe this is what you were worried about before, where you thought to yourself, perhaps I do need to worry about others and perhaps I do need to consider other people and consider how they feel. But don't worry about that because you've achieved this stuff. You've done that. You've earned this win. And although there is now some critics in the audience, they don't outnumber the fans. So just continue plodding on as you are. I feel there could be some sort of trust issue. There could be a trust issue here with somebody. I feel that as you move forward, maybe there's somebody that wasn't quite as happy for you as everybody else, or was a cynic or critic and was a little bit more judgy of you. And they've judged what's happened this week that you've just been through. So next week, that could arise in that confrontation. I think it's really important for you right now to be steadfast, be preserved, basically just preserve everything. Preserve your energy, preserve your respect, preserve your spontaneousness. Just preserve everything to a bare minimum and just move very steadily because there are snakes in the grass right now. And I think it's going to come back and something's going to happen where it's going to come and bite you, and it's going to bite you quite hard this week as we move forward. There is going to be that confrontation. So just be wary of this. I think potentially it's going to have something to do with possessiveness and potentially something to do with maybe a relationship. Maybe it's to do with priorities. Potentially you may have booked a holiday, but you didn't tell your partner or you didn't speak to your partner about it, and now that's caused a confrontation. I think it's going to have something to do with selfishness, something to do with your own priorities. Something like this has happened where you've not considered someone. And I think it comes back down to privacy as well. It's not so much about trust, it's about privacy and secrecy. And I think potentially your privacy or your secrecy or something has happened where that's been violated, and that's now shaken your trust, or vice versa, where you've shaken someone's trust because you you may have been sort of inconsistent with some stuff. Maybe something during right now, what you're going through presently, and you've kind of been a bit distant with somebody. You've been coming across as selfish. And next week, there is going to be that confrontation for you. And maybe that is going to be romantically, in a relationship or something like this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be a relationship as in a relationship, like as in a girlfriend, boyfriend situation, husband, wife. It could be brother, sister, could be friends, neighbours, colleagues. I'm not sure, but there is going to be a confrontation waiting for you. And I think it's going to have something to do with possessiveness or privacy or something along those lines. But we'll find out, because we'll do these cards again next week. So if you have enjoyed these, then do subscribe, because next Saturday morning we're going to do the dog cards again. Because Saturday mornings will be the dog day. So if it does resonate with you and you have enjoyed this, then please do let me know in the comments below. Give us a subscribe, give us the like, and bear in mind, I don't do personal readings with these cards, but I do personal readings with my Dragon Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. And I have the Dragon book by Diana Cooper as well there, that complements that for a more in-depth reading and things. And I don't charge for that. That's free. It's just a hobby. This is just for fun and my own practice. So if that does interest you, then please do leave a comment below. And I will see you guys in a video this afternoon when we do the final one for this week, which will be the pig personality, or all those boar people out there. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I will see you then.